Welcome to all Caribbean entrepreneurs. If you've been ready and waiting to take your business digital and get paid online while you sip something strong on the beach, this podcast is for you. We'll hear from the Caribbean's finest entrepreneurs on topics like e-commerce, business development, brand building, social media, their wins and failures. This is the only place in the region helping you navigate the digital age from the Caribbean's perspective. This is Digipreneur FM. And now, let's give it up for the Digiboss himself, Mr. Karan Rose.
Thank you to everybody tuning in to another episode of the Digipreneur FM podcast. And as usual, you know who it is. DJ, you gotta fade us all the way out, DJ. You gotta fade us all the way out because we gotta talk to the people. We gotta talk to the people. How is everyone doing on this beautiful Friday morning? It is February the 3rd. It is it's a lovely Friday. This is episode, what are we at? We are at episode number 121. 121. I love the sound of that. It has been a great start to 2023. And I hope that you in the Digipreneur FM family, I hope you are feeling the same way. I hope you are feeling the same way. You know, looking online, I'm seeing a lot of people celebrating some amazing wins. And it's just great to see. It's great to see when, you know, people from the Caribbean are finding their footing, they're finding their success, they're finding their place in the world. You know, we don't have to wait until outside the region, you know, acknowledges us or accepts us. We don't have to wait for that. There's a lot of amazing things that we can be doing and that people are doing, you know. So it's great to see, just looking online and looking in the community, seeing some of the successes that people are having. It's good. It feels good, you know. It feels good to see other people winning and just, you know, being able to support them, even from the sidelines. There's a lot of people that, you know, I don't know personally or you know, I don't know personally, or I don't have a line to them to connect with them or whatever. But again, just being able to see some of the amazing things that people are doing, it's good, man. It's good. It lets you know that our region is alive and well, and people are thriving, you know. And it's good because we hear and see so much of the negativity, and the positive things that are happening doesn't always shine through a lot of that noise, you know. But today's episode, what are we diving into today? Well, first before I even get into today's episode, next week's episodes are going to be kind of late. We might only have one episode for next week, and that is because I have my first away game. I got my first away game for 2023. So early Monday morning, I'll be heading to the beautiful island of the Bahamas. The Bahamas, it is a pleasure to be seeing you again. So all of my Bahamian connections, all of you who are listening to the podcast, you know, I'll be in town for a couple of days. You know, if we let's connect. Let us connect. I gotta get me some conch fritters. You know, I gotta go to the country club. I'll be in Nassau. All right, I'll be in Nassau. So if you're over in Nassau and you're part of the Digipreneur family, you know, definitely reach out, man. Definitely reach out. The Bahamas is such a beautiful place, man. It's such a beautiful place. The last time I was there, um, when was it? I was there September, last year, September. Um, and I was in Nassau again, and just the beaches, the ambiance, I'm always amazed at wildlife. Like, I'm a big wildlife lover, and just being able to just walk out in the morning, walk out on the wharf, and you're looking in the water, and the water is pristine, crystal clear. And then you look and you're like, wait a minute, it's all this activity in the water. Man, I was seeing sea turtles, I was seeing stingrays, I was seeing seahorses, I was seeing all kinds of exotic fish. And you're just sitting there, and it's those moments, where you are really just appreciative of everything that is happening for you in this lifetime. Um, and being able to go to the Bahamas last year was really, really special for me because since COVID, when COVID happened, COVID is that turning point for me when everything for me just kind of 10x'd, right? And for that 2 year period, while I was doing events all over the place, like I was doing events, in the States, in Canada, Australia, the UK, a bunch of different Caribbean islands and whatnot. Every event was virtual, right? So I mean, yes, you're getting booked by events in a variety of countries, but everything was virtual. So you're not feeling it, right? You're not feeling the way that it hits when now that the world is open back up and Bahamas, the event out in Bahamas, when they called me and they're like, yo, we're booking you for this event where we want to bring you in, yada yada yada. That hit different because now you realize that your value is at the point where they're willing to fly you in, and they roll out the red carpet. It was everything was amazing, right? From the airport pickup, to the Baha Mar Hotel, in Nassau. Like every single aspect of that trip was just amazing for me because again, it was just a sign of where your brand has come over the years. Definitely didn't happen overnight, but seeing everything happening for you, and you realizing that your work is paying off, your work is being noticed, your work is being valued, and they're willing to do everything that you want and need to ensure that you get out there and you're comfortable. So being on that beach, being on the wharf in the morning, I was very appreciative because I'm like, you know what, like this is what this feeling of freedom, right? This feeling of time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, like all of those feelings just kind of just came up in the moment. Like you're getting paid, you're getting booked, you're getting flown out, you're getting and at the end of the day, you're coming out here to execute for your brand. Like it's not like a situation where you're working for a company and the company is sending you here, there, and everywhere to go and do something for the company. Like it hits very differently when you are getting booked for your own brand. Your own brand is getting you booked and flown out, and you're executing on a stage, in front of hundreds of people on your own 2 feet, on your own brand. It just hits so much different, and this is what I want to see for everybody. And again, and that's why it really is great to see when I'm looking online. Like I seen, oh boy, I gotta pull this up because I don't want to butcher what it. I seen yesterday. I seen Shan Coffee Young. Shout outs to Shan. She got selected for an opportunity out in France to be a part of the Change Now Summit. And she is one of the 50 entrepreneurs selected for the Seeds of Change program, and she is the first one from Trinidad and Tobago. Big shout outs to her, right? My guy, Jared Best Mitchell. Jared got booked and he's flown out. He's in the Bahamas right now too. Shout outs to him. We gotta go in and drink. We gotta go drink some. I forget the Cayman beer, but we're gonna go and find the name of that. The Cayman. We gotta go find the name of that Bahamian beer, and we gotta go knock a glass. But yeah, he got booked. He got flown out to do some pretty good training out there for a couple of weeks in the Bahamas. And again, it just feels good to see other people winning too, man, because it just proves that people are making their name, they're making their stamp in the world, man. And it's really good to see. All right. So next week I will be out in the Bahamas, and I may most likely have one episode for next week. So bear with me, but you already know there's going to be other content coming out, right? Anywho, now we could move on to the order of today. Today's episode, I want to dive into the role and function of the digital strategist. So we're going to have a couple of episodes over the next coming weeks where we're going to kind of dive into the various roles of the marketing team, the new age marketing team, all right? And the reason we're doing this is because we're still seeing a lot of jobs getting posted, and they are combining multiple roles into one, multiple specializations into one. They're creating titles, and it just goes to show, like, everything you are seeing is lending more to a lack of understanding as to what marketing has changed to. Because there's a variety of new roles that have emerged over the last couple of years. Within the last 3-4 years, there's a lot of roles that have emerged. A lot of new skill sets. Things have changed so much, but the marketing teams that the Caribbean companies haven't changed at all, right? What we see is most marketing teams in the Caribbean are people who come from traditional marketing, right? So traditional media, and they know how to do media buy. They know how to work with a graphic designer, or maybe they are a graphic designer and, they're getting all the work to just create static posts, or maybe they're creating a video and posting on social media, doesn't get no traffic, or the person that's running their marketing department just knows how to take out ads in the papers, TV or radio, because they still have connections within the traditional platforms. But that's it. And then what they do is, because they know they don't understand digital, they outsource everything to the marketing agencies, and the agencies, I shouldn't even say marketing, they outsource everything to the advertising agencies, and the advertising agencies, for the most part, specialize in ads. Right? If you want ads, whether it's static, video, motion graphics, they specialize in a wide assortment of ads. And so they're getting the big contracts, and they're churning out ads on behalf of the clients, and nobody's winning. Well, the agencies are winning because they're raking in all of the money, but they're also they're swamped. They have too many clients. And they can't even take the time to properly craft digital strategies and execute for the clients. And it's the biggest companies. It's the Lonsdale and Saatchis, the Toucans, the WebFX, the McCanns. Like, the clients are not happy. And it's because they've taken on too many clients. And they cannot execute a proper digital strategy, even if they tried. Even if they tried, they can't execute a digital strategy. Because in today's marketing climate, in today's digital climate, like, everything you do when you are creating content for your audience has to show a deep level of understanding about your industry and your niche that you are in. Has to. And when you are an agency and you have 20 clients, how are you going to understand any one client? The only thing you could do is spit out ads. And that's what's typically happening right now. And, so companies are trying to combine all sorts of roles. They want you to do social media, PR, graphic design, motion graphics, photography, videography. You got to be a personal assistant. You got to run errands. I seen a job post asking you that, you got to help wait tables when you're not making content. You got to be able to lift up 30 and 40 pounds. And it's like, what? I'm a social media content creator, a social media manager. What am I lifting? But you're seeing all of these, these weird roles where companies are trying to justify bringing on somebody to do their social media, right? And so what I started to do was, you guys know, if you don't know, because you might be someone who listens to the podcast but might not follow me on social media, which is cool. But go follow me on social media, right? KERONROSC on any social media platform. But what I've been doing is I've had a series called Companies Are Wildin', and it just kind of looks at a lot of the job specs that companies are posting, and we'll go through exactly what they're asking for. And it's ludicrous. It's like it's wild out here. I don't even know how else to say it. Like it's a zoo out here. It is wild, right? What companies are asking for and what they're trying to pay you for the work that they want, and they don't realize that you're trying to combine a variety of specializations into one person, and you're setting everybody up for success. You're not setting up your people for success, but what makes it even worse is that you, the business, are not going to get what you need out of the role to help your business. So we're seeing companies make all these roles because they know that they have tasks to get done, but you don't understand the nuances of the position, and it's not going to get you where you need to get to. And at the end of the day, if you're hiring people and you're not getting the ROI that you want, what exactly are you doing this for? Right? So while the series, while we have fun on that Companies Are Wildin' series, it's still a very serious matter. And I want to do other things to educate in the digital strategy and the marketing space. And I started to create job guides, kind of breaking down the different roles in marketing, breaking down the job descriptions, the duties, some of the skills, hard skills, soft skills, some of the salary ranges that they get paid throughout different parts of the world, and then resources like industry certifications that they can get, books that they can purchase and read to further enlighten themselves on that particular role. And I've put that out on my website as guides so that businesses, HR, anybody, has an idea as to what to look for this particular role. But then they also have other resources where they now can say, okay, you know what? We might have a social media person or a digital strategist or an e-commerce strategist or whatever. Go and take these courses because this is aligned with, what we need from you. And then you also have the books where people can go and purchase the books and, again, further educate themselves on that particular space, right? So I want to go through the role and function of the digital strategist. This is your main person. This is your head of your digital marketing space. This is the buck stops with him when it comes to digital. All right, so let's go through it. Let's talk about it. So the digital strategist, right? We know that the roles in the digital space in the Caribbean are pretty new, and most HR teams and companies haven't quite gotten the grasp of exactly what the new roles of marketing are and what types of skills, the qualifications and duties to expect from them, right? So this episode is that breakdown of this role, all right? So the digital strategist job description, what does this person do? A digital strategist is a professional who helps organizations plan and executes their digital marketing efforts. They are responsible for developing and implementing a digital marketing plan that aligns with the overall business goals and objectives of the company. The goal is to help organizations effectively reach and engage their target audience through digital channels in order to drive business growth and success. Folks, this is your quarterback. This is if you watch NFL football, American football, this is your quarterback. If you watch basketball, this is your point guard. If you're into football, aka soccer, this is your playmaker. This is your midfielder. This is the person setting up everything. All right? This is the person who crafts the plan that is your digital strategy. So the duties of a digital strategist. Let's go through the duties of the digital strategist. They develop and implement marketing campaigns that promote a company's brand, products, and services through digital channels. They collaborate with the marketing team and other stakeholders to identify target audiences and develop strategies to effectively reach and engage those audiences. They manage the creation of digital marketing content such as blog posts, email newsletters, social media posts, video content, podcasts, online ads, and any other type of content that will aid in the growth of the company. They track and analyze key performance indicators to measure the success of the campaigns and make data-driven decisions to optimize their performance. They use tools such as Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Bing Webmaster, and social media analytics to track website traffic, engagement, and conversions from various digital channels. They stay up to date with the latest digital marketing trends and techniques and identify opportunities to incorporate them into campaigns. They manage budgets and project timelines for marketing campaigns. They collaborate with design and development teams to ensure that marketing campaigns are delivered effectively and on schedule. They contribute to the development and execution of the overall marketing strategy. They participate in search engine optimization and pay-per-click advertising initiatives. They collaborate with influencers to promote the company's brand and products. They provide regular reports and insights to stakeholders on the performance of marketing campaigns and the effectiveness of different tactics. That is the duties of your digital strategist, all right? So let's go into some of the soft skills that a digital strategist is going to need in order to be successful in their role. Communication skills. A digital strategist should have a strong written and verbal communication skill set with the ability to clearly articulate ideas and present data to stakeholders. Collaboration. Digital marketing often involves working with cross-functional teams and collaborating with other departments, so strong collaboration skills are quite important. Creativity. A digital strategist should be able to think creatively and come up with new and innovative ideas for marketing campaigns. Problem solving. Digital marketing is constantly evolving, and digital strategists should be able to think on their feet and find solutions to problems that may arise. Organization. A digital strategist will often be responsible for managing multiple campaigns and projects simultaneously, so strong organizational skills are important. Time management. A digital strategist should be able to manage your time effectively and prioritize tasks in order to meet deadlines. Adaptability. The digital marketing landscape is constantly changing, and a digital strategist should be able to adapt to new technologies and trends in order to stay competitive. Leadership. Depending on the team size, a digital strategist may be responsible for leading and managing others, so strong leadership skills are important. Those are some of the key soft skills of a digital strategist. Now let's talk about the education of a digital strategist. This is very, very important, right? Because when you look at a lot of the job posts, they're asking for all kinds of educational backgrounds. And a lot of the roles now don't necessarily need you to have a degree or a master's in the things that companies are looking for in order to be successful in this new world of marketing, right? A lot of fields right now don't necessarily need you to have a degree or a master's in that field to be successful, because there's so many industry certifications that are more closer to the ground. They're more up to date. They give you the specializations you need, and you don't need to go and get your 4, 5, 6 year degree in a lot of these industries today. All right, so I would see like a lot of companies asking for, they want you to have a master's in strategic marketing, a business management, admin. What else have I seen? I've seen journalism. I mean, again, these things are not bad. They're just not needed, right? So what should the education of a digital strategist look like? If you're going to have a degree, you want to have a bachelor's in marketing, communication, or industry courses or certifications. As I said, right now, your industry certifications, because the field of digital marketing is changing rapidly. It changes damn near every day. Remember, the social media platforms, the search engines, these are the platforms that dictate how we market on the platforms, right? And when the owners wake up and make changes to the algorithm or sell the company or change everything about the platform, your 4-year marketing degree that you are either currently doing or did, years ago is irrelevant. And what you need to be focused on is you need to be learning from subject matter experts. You need to be learning, you need to find companies who have the industry certifications that are constantly updating their course content so that you keep aligned with what is happening in the industry, all right? And then you just have to have practical experience, man. Every piece of knowledge you learn, you got to go out there and implement and make mistakes, get messy, as Magic School Bus Miss Frizzle would say, right? And that's really the best way you're going to learn, because things are changing so fast. It's hard for the education systems to ever be able to keep up with that speed. They're never going to be able to, right? So a bachelor's degree in marketing, communications, or industry courses and certifications. So if somebody does not have a degree in marketing or communications, but they have a laundry list of all of the right certifications for that role, they're probably going to be more qualified than the person who did a degree in marketing years ago, right? You also want to have a strong portfolio with a proven body of work executing the roles and functions of a digital marketer. That is so critical, right? That is so critical. You want to see people's body of work. Have they done this? Because if they can show you tangible proof in their portfolio that they have executed everything that you want, then they can do the job. Certifications or not, if they have the body of work to show you that they can do it, that trumps any form of educational background. Because what happens is you have people who you don't know how they got their degree. You don't know how they got their certification. You don't. It's nice to have and nice to see, but you don't know if they really know their stuff, right? But if they have a body of work that they can show you and prove that they have done exactly what you're looking for, that trumps. And if you have the body of work and the qualifications and certifications, well, gold star for you. But these are things to be looking out for. And if you are interested in becoming a digital strategist, that is what I would preach to you as well. Like, focus, your biggest focus should be on building your body of work, right? Build your body of work. If you can build campaigns, create campaigns for yourself. Document the process, have that body of work. And then the second thing I would tell you is go out and get the certifications. Go out and get, whether it's the, the free certifications or the paid certifications from, a variety of institutions. Go out and get you some certifications. Have a strong body of work and the industry certifications. And that is a surefire way to land your next job or get your next client. And then again, if you have the degree, no problem. But your body of work and industry certifications are going to be very closely aligned to what is really happening on the ground now in real time. And employers, I would implore you to be focused on that. Focused on asking the questions. Do you have a body of work? What certifications do you guys have? And you guys need to familiarize yourself with what are some of the top certifications at that point in time you are conducting the interview. Because remember, industry certifications are changing all the time to keep pace with what is happening. The degrees can't work as fast. So you as the employer should be keeping abreast of what are some of the top certifications that are happening within that role, within that industry, and ask if these people have it and ask for their body of work, all right? They should have a proficiency in digital marketing tools and techniques, including social media, email marketing, content marketing, and analytics. Again, we're talking about the education of a digital strategist. You want to be looking to see, what their proficiency is in digital marketing tools, techniques, including social media marketing, email marketing, content marketing, and analytics. You also want to ensure that they have a familiarity with search engine optimization and pay-per-click advertising, right? And they should have a strong understanding of the latest digital marketing trends and techniques and the ability to stay up to date on industry developments. That last part, the ability to stay up to date on industry developments, listen to me, is probably one of the most under talked about qualities of somebody in digital marketing right now. The speed at which you are able to learn and implement, because the industry is changing every single day. Look, we woke up in January and all of a sudden, all these AI tools just flooded the market. All of a sudden, you're hearing talks about there's no more need for copywriters, for content creators, for bloggers, for writers. And you're like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, if you don't have the ability to keep up to date with what is happening and figure out the what's what of what's going on, how does this affect your job? How do you take all this new information and implement it to make you better? Like, if you can't do that, you're going to really struggle in the digital strategist space. The digital strategists, they are constantly having to think and stay up to date to steer the ship when it comes to digital. And since digital is part of the biggest thing that any company is doing today when it comes to driving business, you're the person they're looking to, right? So the ability to stay up to date on industry development is critical. And whilst that sounds like a no-brainer for almost any industry, like if you're in medical, you got to stay up to date. If you're in law, you got to stay up to date. But I don't think, with digital marketing, it's just one of the industries that changes at the drop of a dime. Every single day there's an announcement. There is a new algorithm change. There's a platform, changing something, something's happening every single day. And some of the times it's not relevant. Some of the times it's not relevant for your market, right? And you got to be able to keep up to date with, what is happening and is it relevant for us? How does it affect us? What do we need to do? What do we need to make changes? All right. So moving forward, let's talk about the 12 disciplines of digital marketing, because this is very important, because what a digital marketer is today is a collection of these 12 disciplines, and a digital marketer is expected to have a foundational understanding of all 12 of these areas, but they should specialize in about 3 to 4 of these areas. And it could be any one of them, whatever your choosing is. You want to have a specialization in about 3 of them, but you want to have a foundational understanding of all of them. So these are the 12 disciplines of digital marketing. And if you are thinking about becoming a digital strategist, you need to understand all of these disciplines. And if you're a company that's looking to hire a digital strategist, your digital strategists, these are the things that you should be looking for that they have a good understanding of. So there are 12 disciplines that make up a digital marketer in 2023. It is expected that you have knowledge in all of them, but specialize in 3. So 1, content marketing. That's one of the specializations. And again, these things are in no particular order. These are just what it is. These are the disciplines of digital marketing. So content marketing, e-commerce, search engine optimization, email marketing, paid traffic, optimizations and testing, data and analytics, conversion funnels, aka customer acquisition, search marketing, copywriting, community management, and social media marketing. Those are the 12 disciplines of marketing: content marketing, e-commerce, search engine optimization, email marketing, paid traffic, optimizations and testing, data and analytics, conversion funnels, aka customer acquisition, search marketing, copywriting, community management, social media. So for me, the areas that I've decided to specialize in was content marketing, e-commerce marketing, SEO, and data and analytics. Those are the areas that I want to and search marketing. Those are the areas that I want to specialize in. Those are the areas that just intrigue me the most, that I've found in learning digital marketing. Those are the areas that I've really shined in and I enjoy doing the most and I have a lot of fun with. Being able to create content. So again, you guys follow me here, you listen to the podcast. I create content for every single medium that I could possibly think of. So I do a podcast, I blog, I have a YouTube channel, so I do videos, I'm on social media, so I create content on social media in all formats: written, video, audio. I write for the newspapers. I write for multiple publications. So I write in the newspapers. What else do I do? I have a radio show, so I'm on radio as well, right? And, more is coming. More is coming. I have some things that we're ironing out right now, so more is coming. So I create content on all various different platforms. And content marketing is something I really, really enjoy. And because I do it at a very high level, consistent level for all mediums, it's been one of the joys for me being able to work with companies and entrepreneurs on content marketing. E-commerce marketing. Well, everybody wants to make money. And in the Caribbean, we know that getting paid online is a bit, there's nuances. We have our own nuances, our own tools, our own, things that we have to navigate when you're taking your business online and you're trying to sell your products or services online. We got to know about the different payment gateways, how to drive traffic to our platform, how to get people to pay for the products and services, and all the things that come with e-commerce marketing. So I specialize in that. Search engine optimization. I love SEO because, when I started off and I was blogging, one of the first questions I had to ask myself was, I'm like, we go to Google for everything. How does a business get on Google? And the minute I asked myself that question of how does a business get on Google? How does a business's content, information, products, how does that show up on Google? How the hell does Google and Bing and how do these search engines work? That led me down the path of learning SEO. And from SEO, I got into data and analytics and being able to do market research and, measuring and tracking the success of what we are doing. And again, that all kind of just flows together, right? Creating content to drive sales online, showing up on the search engines, being able to track and optimize. And that's how, my specializations happened. That's where my specializations it kind of just went from one to the next, and those specializations work hand in hand. All of these specializations work hand in hand, but those ones for me, like I said, you want to specialize in 3 to 4 areas. Those were the areas for me because it was kind of just a natural flow in my journey. So when I really started to, over the last 2 years, when I really started to learn more about digital marketing and digital strategy, those are the areas that really stuck out to me that I've spent a lot of time learning. All right. Copywriting is another one that's really good. I definitely do not think I specialize in copywriting, even though I write a lot. So whether it's, scripting out a podcast or creating outlines for the podcast, social media captions, blog, writing for the newspaper, I do a lot of copy, right? I don't think I specialize in copywriting. I've just kind of found my voice, and I just write in my voice and how I say things or whatever, but I don't think I specialize in copywriting. But those are the 12 disciplines. So you want to check those areas out and figure out what you like and specialize in it, right? Now, here are some of the salary ranges for digital strategists across a couple of countries. So in the U.S., digital strategists at entry make about 50,000 US a year, and on the high end, they make about 106,000 USD per year. In the UK, they start off at about 45,000 USD for the year, and they get up to about 90,000 US for the year. In China, starting point's about 33,000 for the year, and it gets up to about 101,000 for the year. In Australia, start off at about 36, and they get up to about 100,000 US dollars per year. So those are just some of the salary ranges of digital strategists from around the world, right? Just to give you an idea. And remember, digital strategist is a job where you could work remote and you could work for companies around the world or pick up clients around the world, so don't feel like if you are here in Trinidad and Tobago, you're here, or you're in Jamaica or Barbados, and you're not seeing digital strategist jobs because the companies themselves don't, they haven't upgraded their own workforce to understand that they need this role. You're not limited, right? You can get onto LinkedIn, you can get onto job boards around the world, and you can start to find digital strategist jobs and work remotely for a lot of these companies because it's a position that doesn't require people to physically be there, right? All right, so what are some of the industry certifications for digital strategists? There are a ton of great courses, both free and paid, for digital strategists. And I'm going to list out a few. And the good news is that the article that I did on the digital strategist job breakdown, it has links to all of the courses that I'm going to be mentioning and also some of the books that I'll be mentioning as well. So I'm going to put the link for the job breakdown in the show notes so you guys can go check those out, read through everything that we've spoken about in today's episode, and then you guys can go and click on the courses you want to do or click on the books and stuff you want to purchase. So you have the Fundamentals of Digital Marketing. That's a course from Google, right? And that course is, if you actually go to Learn Digital with Google, they have a crap load of courses on a variety of different specializations for digital, right? So Fundamentals of Digital Marketing, that is from Learn Digital with Google. You got Digital Marketing Mastery from digitalmarketer.com. That's a course that I did to get my certification for digital strategist. You have the Diploma in Digital Marketing by DMI, Digital Marketing Institute. You have the Google Analytics 4 certification. I'm glad that I'm reading this over because I have to go and do my Google Analytics 4 certification. It is the new analytics tool that is, it's come out, but as of July, the old Google Analytics tools are going to be defunct, and Google Analytics 4 is going to be the new takeover. So I got to go get certified in that. Google Digital Marketing and E-commerce certification from Google. That is on Coursera. That is a professional certification. So go check that out. Then you got Digital Marketing from ClickMinded and Digital Marketing from Udacity. Again, reading those things out, but I'm going to be including this job breakdown in the show notes so you guys can go through it and you'll be able to actually click on those courses and check them out, all right? And here are some of the top books to read for digital marketing. You got Digital Marketing for Dummies by Ryan Deiss, Digital Marketing Strategy by Simon Kingsnorth, Hitmakers, The Science of Popularity in an Age of Distraction by Derek Thompson. You got Utility by Jay Bayer, Ogilvy on Advertising by David Ogilvy. You got The New Rules of Marketing and PR by David Meerman Scott, Permission Marketing by Seth Godin, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. I didn't put the author who wrote that. Let me just pull that up. That is by Robert Cialdini. Influence, New and Expanded Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. Then you have Instabrain, The New Rules of Marketing to Generation Z by Sarah Weiss. All right. So again, those books are listed and hyperlinked in the job breakdown that I'm going to be adding to the show notes, so you guys can go and check out those books, all right? So again, if you are looking for a digital strategist to head up your marketing teams, I hope this episode gave you a good breakdown of the roles, the education, the salaries, and some tools in order to succeed in this role, right? And again, if you are looking to become a digital strategist, this is a great time to be a digital strategist because companies, especially in the Caribbean, are struggling. They don't know what to do, which is why, the job specifications are all over the place because they don't understand digital strategy, and there's not enough certified and qualified digital strategists around. The people who are getting the jobs are people who have been in marketing for a long time, but they come from traditional media, all right? And that has to change. That has to change if companies are going to be successful in the digital space. And then we wonder why we don't see companies doing e-commerce, companies doing marketing, in a way that makes sense for the time period that we are in. And that's because the people that they are hiring are not digital strategists, right? So you got to be that change. So now is a great time to get into the role and function of a digital strategist. The money is there. Again, you're not limited to just the country you're in. A lot of remote jobs are picking up, and also if you become one, you can also pick up clients from all over the world as well. All right. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode, number 121. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget on the platforms like a Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, rate the podcast. The podcast ratings help grow the Digipreneur FM podcast family all over the world. If you really enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop me a review. I read all the reviews, and the reviews help me understand, if you guys are enjoying the podcast and whatever else you guys want to learn, drop it in the review. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook at Keron Rose, KeronRosc. And you can check out the KeronRose.com website to learn more about building your digital presence and monetizing your platforms. And last but not least, you can check out the Digipreneur.fm website to stay up to date on all things related to the podcast. That is it from me today, folks. It's a Friday. I want you to enjoy your weekend. And remember, you're not going to hear from me early next week. It'll probably be later on next week as we head out to the Bahamas. So again, if you're in the Bahamas, hail me. Let's connect. Let's go chop it up. I want to see your beautiful country, all right? Have yourself an enjoyable weekend, everybody, and take care.
You've been listening to the Digiboss, Keron Rose. We hope your notepad was filled after this episode. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. The learning doesn't stop, folks. And to make sure you don't miss any gems from the Digiboss, go over and follow him on all social media platforms at Keron Rose. Folks, don't just sit there with a notepad. We need you to implement at least one thing into your business before the next episode. That's the only way your business levels up. Thanks for listening to Digipreneur FM. Now go be great.